Prusa is like Rebecca Black, excited for it to be Friday. And you know what that means. We got some new printers and some new awesome from Prusa. I'm excited. Victoria, are you excited? Bristling with excitement, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into this. Prusa always jokes around that new printers are coming Friday. Well, yeah, they delivered. They delivered. And just like Victoria is delivering some biscuits to her cat bed, I'm going to deliver this segue to our sponsor, 3D Musketeers. Yeah, I'm doing the CTA this early because we want you to join our team here at 3D Musketeers. If you are trying to get your ideas out of your head and into your hands with full art-to-part rapid prototyping and product development using awesome stuff like 3D printing, or you're like, I can actually help out 3DM. We want you. We want your help. We are trying to grow our company and, well, we're going to use YouTube to assist us. If you want to make a little bit less money than you probably should, but you're going to make some really cool stuff as you help a small business grow, working with really awesome people, and ultimately, that's your supervisor. I'm not kidding. Go to our website. You can join us at 3D Musketeers. You email us, youtube@3dmusketeers.com. But while I still have you, of course, make sure you subscribe to this video, leave a like, because I am hoping to do a lot more content around this automated farm system from Prusa Research. It's exciting, and I'm really excited to tell you about it. Prusa stated moons ago that they would be showing off their new cell competitor, their print cell competitor, where it is additive manufacturing, but on a manufacturing level at Dubai. And, well, did they ever. Now, as we know, Prusa Research, based in Prague in the Czech Republic, has over 600 3D printers printing effectively 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, making some of the awesome machines that you see behind me. They are made on a print farm. The problem with print farms is that there is no automated way, that Prusa offers at least, to go through, pick off the old parts, start new parts. Prusa has been going after their program called Prusa Connect now for quite some time. There is a closed beta of which I am not a part of, but we have a couple of team members that are. As soon as we can talk about it, you're going to see some videos from them on this channel all about it. But right now, still under embargo. But Prusa Connect is effectively their answer to Octoprint. And this is where we get to see them stretch the legs of this software. This farm utilizes 34 brand new, never before seen printers. Now, these are somewhat based upon the ever desired Prusa XL, but it's not the Prusa XL. They are smaller and there are no tool changing options yet, according to the article. To make the print farm space efficient, they designed a cube-shaped frame so the entire farm is similar to a computer server rack with hot swapping capabilities. And when you're looking at doing 3D printing on an industrial level, I'm not talking like a couple of printers in a racking system. I'm talking racking systems on racking systems, racks on racks on racks on racks. And what that enables you to do is have high throughput that is fully automated. So quite literally, you can do the Ron Popeil.
Set it and forget it.
And because these systems are cube-based, you can expand or contract the amount of printers inside of your farm whenever you want. And that's pretty awesome. They've got different options for unloading parts, and the one at the expo puts parts into 2 bins, unloading the whole plate for QC traceability pipeline in the works as well. Prusa Connect will track everything from current print jobs, print statistics, remaining times. I mean, we're looking at integrating a lot of the stuff that we've come to enjoy from Prusament, like the QR codes. I would expect that Prusament is going to be able at some point to recognize those QR codes and print, knowing that it's Prusament, with dedicated settings for that. And I think ultimately, if you're running a printer farm like this, you're not buying bottom of the barrel filament. And when you're buying Prusa printers, Prusa filament, Prusa mint, is generally considered one of the better options. Prusa says that we see our automated print farm as the future of manufacturing, especially for small batch production. It requires little to no maintenance, and operating the printers is easy to learn, making onboarding new employees quick. And I will tell you, that is one of the big deals for me as a small business. No maintenance, which basically Prusas have little to no maintenance anyways, but the easy to learn factor is huge. This is where Joe Prusa really shows what's capable in this 3D printing industry. And yes, we've seen these printer cell styles from other companies. Formlabs has one, Mosaic, who makes the palette, has one as well. And they're all kind of surround the same problem of it kind of sucks to run a ton of 3D printers, because ultimately, what is your de facto problem with all of it? Humans. And whether it's your physical time, whether it's the help of a staff member who may not be as knowledgeable as you. She's actually smarter than me, but don't tell her that. This entire print farm is actually on display at the Dubai Expo, as we mentioned previously, where you can actually get a print made as you wait. Given the speed that they are able to produce, they're looking at producing these snowflake pieces every 5 minutes. And no, spoiler alert, it's not like it's taking 5 minutes for a print. It's just based on the throughput when you start and stop printers. One should be ready every 5 minutes or so. And that's pretty awesome. It is a prototype. So we've got a bunch of high resolution images up here. We're going to dive deep. We're going to use our enhanced features. And to do that, we might need to get our sunglasses, because every time when people say enhance, it involves sunglasses. I'm not going to wear sunglasses for this. But we're looking at an interesting price point. With larger farms, we are aiming at 3,000 USD per printer plus a service contract. Now, as someone that's owned high-end machines before that require service contracts that cost more than multiple of those printers per year, the service contract is the only thing that worries me. But I'm hoping that Prusa will eventually open the ability for dealers. Hopefully we can get on that list to where we can be a service provider, because I believe my experience running their machines pretty often, pretty hard, and effectively being a pure Prusa company, minus a few other machines, we can serve those people nationwide, because of course our staff is scattered across the nation. We're actually interviewing a person from the UK and a person from Denmark, two people that reached out to us because of these YouTube videos. So again, if you want to work with us, shoot me an email. Links are down below. We can see some of their opportunities here. Big campuses and universities, engineering firms requiring efficient machines for research and development. So if you're doing lots of iterations, print farms are great for this. Companies that have to keep a large number of replacement parts for warranty purposes for many years. Print farms are amazing for this because it's effectively just-in-time inventory. And with materials like PC Blend, it is definitely possible to produce a large amount of the needed parts and produce new ones easily when needed. It's also great for in-house low volume manufacturing, especially interesting if you want to customize every single item produced. That to me is where the value comes in. If you are a small company like 3D Musketeers, I look at these and say they are amazing. We can see their bucket O snowflakes here, and all of the stuff just basically fits together. The farm looks like something out of a Sith cave for Star Wars with all the red lights, and I hope that it is RGB. My assumption is that it is, and red means that they are not running, and you can utilize different colors to tell you, is it running, is it cooling, does it need attention, is it off? I think all of that will be useful when you can just get a quick glance as to what's going on the farm. They're also showing off a new filament. I don't think any of us have ever seen a fluorescent filament out of Prusa, but they have a fluorescent blue. This is pretty awesome. This is their whole expo website that will take you to a little more in depth into what's going on. Go take a look if you want. But something I definitely want to show off is that Joe Prusa put a video on Twitter earlier today showing the farm. Let's take a look. We can see the colors of the lights are different. It appears, yeah, I think they're just going through RGB. Yeah, they're just changing colors for RGB. We can see a Prusa spool behind it, but we don't know. It appears to be the same diameter, but we think it might be a little bit thicker to accommodate larger spools. I do like how the whole thing is inside of a cage, but that's to keep people from hitting it. Let's point out something. We've got a pin system here. I'm going to show that in just a little bit, but I want you to remember that pin system, okay? Let's look at all the photos from this press release, because we got a lot of photos in here. Let's take a look at the ones that we think matter. This is one of those first, like, ooh, pictures from the farm. These are also the high-res ones. It's fun when you can get high-res photos. We can see a Bowden connector. Now, we don't know if that is a reverse Bowden system. My assumption is that it is, given the height that we have here. This does not appear to me to be an E3D Revo, which we just talked about the announcement of the Revo. We'll card to that video right there, where I am incredibly excited for what is the future of E3D. But if the Mini was not a clear move, this to me kind of is. Prusa is vertically integrating, and the Mini, while utilizing E3D compatible components, there were quite a few components that they made in-house to basically cut out E3D. And it's not personal as far as I can tell, although Joe Prusa has been trolling on Twitter, but I believe they have a good relationship. I think this is Prusa wanting to be able to control every step of the process, and as a business owner myself, I can't blame him. When you have to rely on others, that's generally when things go wrong. And if you're able to quickly vertically integrate, you kind of have that success path. Now, I'm not saying to never rely on other people. That's a poor financial and managerial decision. But understand where those inefficiencies can be modified to build that synergy within your company. I know the word synergy. What's next? I'm going to put my hair up in a ponytail, tell you all about my SaaS business model that I'm going to compare to Uber somehow. Anyways. We can also see that they have a different style of blower. This appears to be one of those, and I don't know if this is a standard squirrel cage fan that they use right now, those blower style fans, or if it's one of the thin ones, like the real thin ones, not the small ones that you see on CME CNC printers where they're very, very tiny blowers. We can see this is a Core XY movement, which we were expecting for the XL, so this is a great thing to see. We can see linear rails on the Y, on the X, and on the Z. We can see dual Z lead screws. I believe that spool is double width. Or depth, I guess. It's not... It looks like it's the same diameter, which would make sense. It's just thicker with a couple of C's. And that would make sense because that would make it more compatible with other spools. Now, there have been some criticisms regarding the spools on the back. But if you've ever been into a server farm, you'll know that servers have the ability for you to get in on the backside. You have to have the space to do this, and even a garage might work. But for me personally, I would have loved to see an option to have the spool somewhere else. And I recognize that that is done specifically to handle the arm and a couple of the other things on this printer. But it is going to be a bit of a pain for those of us that don't have the big warehouse spaces that some of the other companies do to adopt this system all that easily. So if you're looking at this saying, I need it, like I am, make sure you take that into account. You will need to get to the backside of this printer. We're able to see the farm at night. It is still printing. We do see, oh, you know what? That might be a dual fan. We've got more fanage over here on this side. This, I can't tell for sure if this is a circular heater, but it does appear that it's still using a cartridge style heater. So it might be a circular block with a cartridge style heater. I'm not certain. Now, the benefit of a Core XY over Cartesian is that the bed only moves up and down. The print head is what moves in the XY axis. So when you're dealing with parts like nylon, polycarb, ABS, parts that have a tendency to warp, they warp a lot less on a Core XY because the bed itself is not moving, cooling the part via convection. That's a great thing to note about this. So it says, take a connector piece. There are two types, A and B. Find a spot on the sculpture, attach the sculpture, yada, yada. We've got a QR code, which I presume takes you to Prusa's website. On this one, we have a better look as to what the farm actually looks like. We can see these are definitely going to be direct drive with what is likely a reverse Bowden setup. We see some lovely cable chain, and these, I would guess, are the wires to the bed above. I could be wrong, but they're definitely wires to something. To give you guys a size reference, Prusa is notorious for using 30-30, so that's 30 millimeters by 30 millimeters. This is likely 30-30. We see that there appears to be some sort of pin system here, and speculation currently is that this pin system is utilized to hold the bed in place and lock it in place while the arm comes in to remove the flex plate, which you can see right there. We can also see there's a lap bench power supply back there, so there is some magic behind the curtain. We can also see what appears to be a magnet erase. This might be the system that flexes the bed or somehow removes the part from the bed. We've never seen this particular area in action, so I'm not exactly certain just yet. But again, we do appear to have circular style heaters, although I can't tell. We just got to keep enhancing. Enhance.
Enhance the reflection in her eye.
This photo is one of the first ones where we get to see the arm. Now, I was initially thinking, oh, it's going to be like a robotic arm, you know, the claw. But it's not. This system appears to be a multi-array of linear rails that can slide out, get under the flex bed, pick it up, and move it out from what we can see. We can zoom in. We can see that these are all linear guideways, which is gorgeous. We have some physical end stop switches, which is not common for Prusa, but I'm guessing this needs to happen to understand where it's at in the world. It can't rely on sensorless homing, well, because it might not be actually hitting something. Here is what I think is the best photo of the arm itself. We've got a gorgeous drag chain, some beautiful pieces of what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2080, most likely, or 20 by 100, and 40 deep is my guess. You can see lots of printed parts on this thing, which is really cool. Of course, Prusa is going to look at 3D printing where they can. We see some wonderful cable management to get things between. We can see over here what appears to be a rack and pinion setup. And from what I can tell, this goes underneath the heat bed and either pulls off the entire heat bed or just pulls off the flex plate. Again, not something that we're privy to, but looking at it now, we can definitely see that this piece here belongs to the arm, because we don't see it on any other printers. Someone put it like one of those vending machines with the robotic arm that go up, grab your drink, and bring it down. It's the same basic motion platform system. And because this appears to only have 3 axes, it's not that difficult to add it in, and all you have to do is just modify its parameters when you add or remove vertical bits of the cell. But this does lead me to believe that there is some sort of external track involved here that is required to be adjusted as you maintain this system. Now, I would guess for something like this, they are not going to run linear rails because it makes that very difficult to expand and contract. V-wheels will likely make the most sense here. And while they are not as sturdy and as robust as a linear slide like this, they allow for easy expansion, whereas linear slides really don't unless they are perfectly aligned. But I love this. When I first saw it, I did not know what the frig I was looking at. I didn't realize that that's the robotic freaking arm. And we can see, again, end stop switches, another end stop switch. So this does lead me to believe that this pops up and pops the bed or minimally the flex plate off the printer to take it away to be worked on. We can also see some other stepper motors here. That's a stepper motor. That's a stepper motor. I love drag chain. I really do love drag chain. And this is a great use of how drag chain should be used. It keeps wires from becoming a problem. Really, really nice. And last but not least, we have the Blue Man group of photos. This thing is so cool. It appears that the parking state is all the way down. We can see when the printer is not all the way down, we have those register pins again. And when it is all the way down, it appears to be resting inside of those register pins. Otherwise, these are kind of exactly what you would expect. Direct drive, which I am so thankful for. I much prefer direct drive over Bowden. I'd like to know your preference down in those comments below, because I personally believe that direct drive is considerably less messy. Yes, you cannot move it as fast. And when we look at the E3D Revo Micro, yeah, you can move the Micro faster when it is in Bowden versus direct drive, but I don't like the extra issues with retraction, issues with flexibles that you get when generally running a Bowden setup. Nonetheless, I am thoroughly so amped for this, right? It is so cool to see this. And if you want to see these photos yourself, you go into here and you remove the dash scaled, and it will bring up the full res version of the photo for you to look at. Now, understand, these photos are huge, okay? I love that Prusa has made the move away from smooth rods and LM8 UU ball bearings, and they're moving over to the MGN style of linear slides. Now, we will see if they end up going with Highwind. Highwind is the de facto high-end, freaking amazing brand of linear slides, but they're also incredibly expensive. And interestingly, the Czech MFA actually released this before Prusa did, and there were some odd things. This website had a countdown timer on it that when it hit 0, nothing happened. Our basic assumption is that this was supposed to be the launch of this whole manufacturing platform, but because it was leaked early on, Prusa had to go kind of on the offensive, unfortunately. But I still think it ended up looking really darn cool. I want to know your opinion. What do you think of this AFS, the automated farm system surrounding what I believe they're calling the Prusa Pro? I love it. I think it has a lot of value. I think it's going to get some flack in the industry, though, because this is not like what Prusa is known for. They're known for making affordable FDM and somewhat less affordable resin 3D printers, and now they're coming out with something to compete with Formlabs and Mosaic, which is not exactly where Prusa has really been playing. And I'm fine with that, because I'm a small business owner. I see the value on the business side of things, but I'm not exactly certain if the average consumer is going to see this and be like, yeah, I'm jazzed. I think you should be, because this shows, 1, that the XL is not actually vaporware, 2, Prusa is clearly looking at moving toward the Core XY platform, and 3, all the things that they've been working on, like Prusa Connect, actually the Pi Zero plate for the MK3S is what is used for Prusa Connect, where Pi Zero does not run Octoprint all that well. It runs Prusa Connect amazingly well. All of this to me translates to them running a system that, yes, while is vendor locked a little bit, still allows you that full freedom. Now, we recently talked about patents in a live stream. We'll card to that there if you want to see myself and Justin talk all about patents with you guys in the comments of that live stream, where we said we do believe that Prusa is going to move toward this, and I'm wondering if we're going to see some patents come out for this. I would love to know your opinions, though, down in those comments. Don't forget to leave a like while you're down there, because we all like Prusa, and that means you should like this video. And if you're not subscribed, please do. Over 75% of you that watch our videos are not subscribed. And I understand maybe we don't earn it, but if we did earn it, I would absolutely appreciate it. And if we didn't earn it, let me know how we can. Please be reasonable. I know it's the internet, but like, please try to be reasonable with me. The cat's in the damn video. Like, what more do you need here? Anyways, guys, stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And as always, keep making awesome. Because this shit is awesome. And I love it. I'll see you later. The claw. The claw. Got him. I know. We got you with the claw. The claw of scritches. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. If you want your name in the credits right there, make sure that you join our Patreon at the $5 tier or higher, patreon.com/3D Musketeers. It's how you can support the work that we do directly and become one of our awesome patrons. And I just filmed a video of me petting the cat while thanking every one of our patrons directly. So if you want to have your name be thanked directly while petting the cat, go join the Patreon, because like, come on, look at this. It's adorable. Too much cute right there. I'm sorry, I'm ruining the video. But right below me is going to be our video all about E3D and their new launches, because I think it's important to look at the E3D Revo, what Prusa is doing, and how maybe they're going to find a nice happy medium. Next to it is going to be a video especially handpicked just for you. I want to hear your guys' opinions down in those comments. I'm really excited to see it. So I will see you down there and in the next video. Take care.